Welcome, Sagittarius. This is your weekly focus for February the 12th through to the 18th, 2024. I'm Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly. Let's get right to the cards and see what they have in store for you this week. And our underlying energy for the week is the Seven of Swords. Well, first of all, I wouldn't be talking to everybody about my goals and dreams this week. I would be very diligent in what I was doing, but I wouldn't I wouldn't give anybody fuel for the fire who might be trying to work against me, unbeknownst to me. Okay. Usually the story I use most with this is it's Monday morning, you are going in the elevator up to work with a buddy of yours, and you say, "Hey, I had the greatest idea for to increase our productivity in the office." And you go on to tell them all about it, and you say, "What do you think?" And they go, "Wow, that's a great idea. Yeah, I'm going to present it to the boss when I get in there. I'll see you in there." The elevator doors open. Your buddy walks into the office. You turn right to go down to the washrooms first and prepare yourself for the big meeting with the boss in a few minutes. And when you get back into the office, you see your buddies shaking hands with the boss because they just sold your idea out from underneath you. They're getting the credit for it. They're getting the promotion. They're getting the team to work on it with them. And I bet you won't be on the team. So, keep it close to your heart what you want to do. You don't want people to criticize your dreams right now, tear parts of it apart. We want to keep it intact. Okay, so this is something very dear to our heart, and it's not a time to share. It's also a time to understand what has true value going forward. Maybe you've been trying different things in order to create money or and to entice a new relationship into being, or whatever it might be, working out, whatever it is. Okay, this is just the underlying energy. So I would say several areas of your life would probably be affected here, not just one or two. But understanding what has value, what supports you, what moves you forward, what hinders you, what blocks you, what doesn't allow you to move forward in the way you want. Is it a perception, a way you're thinking? Is it something actually physically standing in your way, literally standing in your way? Or is it because maybe you won't feel accepted or wanted or loved if you go in that direction? So figure out what it is that truly gives value to you. And you only want to take those things. So it's not like we have to pack the bags in order to go. We have to grab the things that matter most and start going forward with those things. Our first card is the Wheel of Fortune. So we know that we're moving into a brand new path here. Absolutely. Without a doubt, there is something very new on the horizon for you, Sag. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be wonderful. It's a change of seasons. It's a change of energy. It's time to write the new chapters. It's time to leave the past in the past and go forward with a strength, with a knowing that you are on the right path, that you're going towards abundance, happiness, joy. This is always a beautiful card, and you have it in the first position. So I'm not going to argue with that one little bit. You are definitely, we start by collecting what we need in order to go forward on our path, and here we now are on the wheel, telling us that we are changing seasons, that we are moving into a new time in our life. Something new will come to being. Maybe it's our creativity starts growing. Maybe we get that aha moment, that epiphany. Maybe we just feel more alive and confident within our own skin. Maybe all of the above. Well, look at this. We have the Death card next. Okay, so it's time to get rid of that cloak. Your little protection field, your wall that you've built that has kept you secure till this point in time. It's not doing its job anymore. In fact, it's hindering you. Okay, this is a time to drop the cloak, drop the weapon. This is a time to, your inner child sits there, right there. Okay, sits there awaiting for you to come alive again, to feel the freedom, to feel the liberation, to rise like a phoenix out of the ashes, to step into who you are becoming rather than staying of who you have been in the past. I think this you might have had glimpses of this freedom, this liberation, but I don't feel like you're really feeling it like you should be feeling it. And so there's some form of protection, some wall, some safety mechanism. I think Sages over the last 10 years, out of all the signs, okay, for some reason, the Sages had to stop having fun in the way they knew it. They stopped traveling. They stopped being creative. They stopped. I don't think you stopped searching for knowledge. I don't think you can as a Sag, but maybe it was more scattered. Maybe it wasn't learning like you should, or piece by piece by piece, and building on that knowledge. But you learned a little bit of this and learned a little bit of that, and there's something where you've pulled yourself out of society or groups or joy or just having fun or just letting your pure potential flow. And in some way, you've pulled back on something in that nature. And this is the time to drop the cloak, to drop the weapon, to know that you are protected, to know that you are going forward, to know that there is that sense of freedom, liberation right around the corner waiting for you. Your inner child waits to go and play, to skip through the daisies down that pink marble pathway. I don't know. What are you seeing in your mind? When you're thinking of your tomorrow, are you thinking about yourself skipping through daisies or whatever flower may be growing and swaying in the breeze around you? And it's a beautiful, what does your path look like? Mine's always this bright pink marble that glistens in the sun, and but your path can be anything you want it to be. And you're feeling alive and you're feeling free and you're doing cartwheels and somersaults and you're going tilly. I cannot do a cartwheel. And you know what? You can in your mind though. Okay? And that's where you have to start that feeling of being alive, of being free. Okay? If you just do that to yourself, imagine yourself out in nature and you're just skipping down this beautiful path through these beautiful flowers swaying. The birds are flying above you, the deer, the rabbit are all around. They're not afraid of you. In fact, they are experiencing your joy with you and bringing more joy to you. And just feel yourself dancing down that walkway. Okay? It started in your mind every morning when you wake up. Okay, I've told some people to stand in that Superman or Superwoman pose, but for you, I want you to just imagine allowing yourself to feel the freedom, to feel the liberation, to feel the joy. Okay, to allow that smile to come on your face and to buy into it, to let your heart go, to experience it fully. And you're safe because you're only in your mind. I think when you've expressed yourself in some ways over the last 10 years, it hurt you. People looked at you like, I can't believe, how immature that was, or whatever it might have been for you. But in some way, you were ridiculed for just being you and having fun and just feeling life course through your veins. Maybe it was situations. Maybe it was things that you had to go through, things that you had to confront. Maybe you had to be a caregiver for a period of times. Maybe you were dealing with some kind of illness, sickness, disease, diagnosis of some sort. Maybe you hit on harder times and the struggle kind of made you, mature in a way that you didn't want to. But this is a time to come alive. I mean, we have the Wheel of Fortune, then we have the Death card right after it. Okay, so what's the third card we asked? Oh my goodness, it's the Tower card. Oh my goodness. You see that? Your energy, that ball of energy represents the ball of energy within you, and you blow the ceiling off that Tower, okay? You break through the glass ceiling. You understand what triggered you to hold it back, okay? Now, I watched this little commercial the other day, and it's really true, okay? She was fanning herself with money, fanning herself with all kinds of money, and she holds it up, and she goes, I love money, and she's kissing the money, and I love money so much. And she says when she first went to a seminar of this guy who did this on stage, she was like totally like, it was offensive to her. She thought this person isn't even spiritual. And I go, look at them with the money and waving it around like that. Like, how improper is that? And then he said, did anybody feel like, to get pushback from that? Like, you didn't like me all of a sudden, that you thought maybe I was full of myself, that maybe I wasn't even spiritual because I said, oh, I love money. So then what if I brought out my grandchild or a little boy or a little girl or a baby or a kitten or a puppy, and I just love my puppy. It's so beautiful. Look at it. Oh, and give it a couple of kisses, and oh yeah, how would you feel towards me then? So if you would feel that way about when I did that with money, obviously you have an issue with money that is subconscious that you haven't addressed. Otherwise, you would feel the same way as because that money is a vehicle towards my happiness, my joy, my success. And that's all we want for each other in this world, is for all of us to celebrate. And of course, that's, something, a little bit out there in the world, but they say, one day it might happen. So, but you can be the ripple of joy. Back to you now in the tower. I don't know where I was going with that. Sometimes they just take me away and I talk. But this is really, you breaking through that glass ceiling, understanding what limitations that you have bought into that actually have been holding you back. This could be a brainstorm, an idea, something comes in that you never, maybe it was a dream once upon a time, a long time ago, but you haven't thought of it in forever and a day. And it just comes in so like raw and pure, and it gives you that vehicle to go forward. Let's look at work and career. Look at this. We have the Six of Swords. It's time to push offshore, okay? I'm telling you. Now, the boat there that we are in, it's made so that a motor could go in there. So maybe we've been holding off, hoping for, just something to happen rather than us having to do the work. And the motor's not showing up, okay? You've got a stack. Okay, so it's time to go into uncharted territory, uncharted waters, to find uncharted land. To go forward, though, this is going forward towards successes. Okay, and those swords in the front of the boat are your protection. They're your wisdom, your intuition, your knowledge. So those things are leading the way for you, cutting through that water. Look at the water, how calm and serene everything is. And you're going towards mountains, which means successes in life. But will we have to do some work? Absolutely. If that pole is there and no motor is there, I'm thinking we have to do the work. We are in new moon energy, so it is about doing the work right now. Let's get another card here maybe to go with that. Okay, so we'll go to the fairy cards. And we have the Three of Autumn. Follow your passion when it comes to your career. Be the best at what you do. Being compensated for your creative talents. Okay, so yeah, something's coming to light. Something that, your talents are noticed. What you can do, and only you can do in the way you can do it. Follow your passion when it comes to your career. Follow your passion when it comes to making money. Follow your passion when you are deciding what is the next step forward. Be the best at what you do. I think that's kind of an obvious, you're sad. You want to do it the best you possibly can. So I'm not too worried about that there. Being compensated for your creative talents. So this is really about allowing your creativity to flow again, to let you out of the box, to experience life with a sense of freedom, with a sense of liberation. And that is going to give you the right platform in which to shine, in which to grow, in which to be successful. So I really would ask you at this point to dream big. Okay, dream to the point where it scares you. You know, play the what if, but it keeps getting better and better and better for you. You know, what if I started a YouTube channel? What if, you know, and let's say you're going to do cooking, okay? You're going to do mom's recipes or grandma's recipes. And so you're doing this cooking show. And you're going to start doing it, and you start these YouTube videos, and you find out that you're pretty good at just giving the instructions. You don't really have to prep as much as you might have been in the first couple. You feel that you can really go with the flow, and you just do it, and so you feel very comfortable in it. And somebody from a TV station sees you and says, you are the kind of person I'm looking for to host this cooking show that I'm trying to produce here, so I'm going to grab you now, right? I'm going to contact you. What if that happened? What if hundreds of thousands of millions of people tuned in and absolutely loved you too? What if you start walking down that red carpet? What if they're going to give you a book deal? What if they're going to make a movie of your life? What if? What if, you know, you just don't have anywhere left to put all the money? You got wheelbarrows full, parked in the garage, because you just don't know what to do with it all at this point, because it just keeps flowing in and flowing in and flowing in, and now they want to make a little doll or an action figure of you or a poster. Somebody wants to paint you and it sells for thousands of dollars, whatever it might be. Okay, dream it big, dream it bigger than life. Know that you are the best at what you do, because it's you doing it. Okay, one more card. The Two of Winter. Indecision is holding you back. You know how many people have gotten this card? This is the card that's showing up for just about everybody, so you're not alone in this, okay? Indecision is holding you back. Make the choice that's best for you rather than trying to please others. Are you trying to please other people? Are you keeping your head down because somebody might think differently of you if you stood up tall and they saw you for who you truly were, what you do, what you create? Feeling trapped between intellectual and emotional. And I'll say this once again, it says we're feeling trapped, but I do believe that, you know, if we're not making things just based solely on logic or solely on emotion, but we bring the two together and we have that logic, but we're also willing to take a risk because we feel like it's right. Our heart's telling us, our intuition is telling us, our gut feeling is to go forward in that way. So I don't really think that's a trap thing. Unless you doubt yourself in some way, unless you don't see for yourself the amazing person that you are, to know that you are deserving of, worthy of, you are enough. Okay, let's go to love, shall we? So for love and relationships, well, we have the King of Pentacles. Wow, this is really growing deep, strong relationships. Maybe this is the kind of person you are going to meet this week. It's somebody who is very grounded, wealthy, or has great stature in the community or where they work. Or this is us thinking outside the box. This is us looking for, yes, you know, is it tried and true? Is it something that I can do? Does it have foundation? Does it have a strength? And should I take a risk on myself and step into that? Now, here we are, and it's relationships about that. Maybe you've turned your heart off, love, and all of a sudden you meet somebody that opens your heart back up. You know, it's like the pure potential for love to come into your life in a way that you couldn't even have imagined it being that way. So if you're looking for someone in your life, that could definitely be somebody who shows up in your world this week. If you're in a relationship, it is about understanding the great value of that relationship and growing its worth, growing its value, growing it deeper, growing it stronger. And you may want to stick to tried and true and what you've always done, but just mix it up a little bit. You don't have to do much. You just have to adjust slightly, I think. We don't want to rock the boat. We don't want to upset the apple cart. We don't want to say, hey, you want to go hang gliding, or, and meanly you do bowling. A little bit of a difference there. And so they may be like, I don't know what you're on, but no, thank you. I don't think I'll be joining you for that. So maybe you try a new bowling alley, or you try and do something after bowling or before bowling to kind of work your way into or out of bowling, whatever it might be. Maybe you've always done 5 pin, now you're going to do 10 pin. Maybe you've always done 10 pin and said, let's try that 5 pin out a little bit and see where that leads, because that looks like fun too. Whatever it might be for you, okay? But this is about growing that relationship. There's so much richness to be had, okay, when it comes to love and relationship. I'm going to pick a card for you here, see where we go with that. The Princess of Autumn, studious, responsible, cheerful, and mischievous. Happy news about your career, promotions, or scholarship. Well thought out plans that go perfectly. Needing a little push to get going. Okay, do you need a little push to get going? Are you procrastinating a little bit here? When it comes to love, when it comes to giving yourself, when it comes to accepting in love from others. Well thought out plans that go perfectly. So if you're trying to put that spark back into the relationship, think about what you can do. Get creative with your ideas of how you can bring that spark back to life, how you can bring joy, harmony, beauty into the relationship. Happy news about your career and promotions and scholarships. I mean, even in your love and relationships, it just seemed like there was more about the abundance and the wealth that was coming to you. So, and studious, okay? Responsible. That was this card here, right? We're responsible. We do the tried and true. But we also, I called him, the risk taker, but we could be mischievous and cheerful. Well, that's just who you already are. So know that there could be good news coming. That could be through a relationship. That could be, Okay, we'll pick one more there. And we have the Two of Spring. A bright future manifested through hard work and creativity, partnering with others who share your dreams, great progress being made. So know that, the Two of Spring, this is about people coming together. This is working and uniting, and, a bright future is manifesting for you. When it comes to love, look at just the flowers around you, the purples and the oranges and the pinks, the greens. And how is it manifested? Through hard work. Maybe your relationship does take work. Most of them do. Okay, there's not just a happily ever after. There's always work involved in a relationship to keep it strong, to keep it viable, to give it new energy, to make time for it. Partnering with others who share your dreams. So if somebody comes into your world right now, they share your morals, they share your dreams, they share your, the things that you like, you'll find that they like too. That you just don't run out of things to talk about because there's just so much to talk about. Great progress. Great progress. So, yeah, I think even for those of you who think, I've kind of had it with the whole relationship thing and, I'm good standing on my own 2 feet. There could be somebody coming in under this kind of energy that says no. No, open your heart. And for the first time ever, you go, wow, I could get used to this person being in my life. If this was the kind of person that was going to be in my life, maybe I would be more apt to think about entering a relationship again. It's kind of like they change your mind. They give you a new set of glasses to look through, new lenses to see the world in. And that could come through somebody. And I think that's somebody that they're very grounded. They're very strong. They're very capable. I think one of great stature or one of great wealth would also be a part of it. Let's go to, let's pick another card here. The Four of Wands, marriage. Okay, and I'm not saying today, but I'm saying this could lead to a marriage, a partnership, a business partnership. That could be something else coming in here. Okay, this is about celebrating the little steps that you're taking, to not wait for the big masterpiece to be done before you start celebrating. I think you need an infusion of celebration, Sag. I think you need to start celebrating every day about something in your life. Once again, I see you, skipping down, doing those cartwheels, those somersaults, bringing in that vitality, growing that vitality. Start it in your mind, but when you do things, when you accomplish things, to be excited about what you are accomplishing, what you are doing, because it's leading you to the next step and the next step and the next step. Okay, right now you got 4 wands in the ground, but that doesn't mean that one day it will not be the castle that you desire. And we have the Knight of Swords. You get some kind of energy. You get this burst of energy. You want to go forward. You want to start building. Maybe you want to start transforming your world. You see where you were stuck. You see where you can now go forward. So yes, this could be a lot about transformation and feeling alive and shouting at the top of your lungs that you are worthy of whatever is coming, and celebrating you, getting playful, getting ambitious. So there's energy in you this week to do what needs to be done. The energy is it's very viable around you. So tap into that energy, feel alive. And so even more importantly, to start with that little brief meditation at the very beginning of the day, seeing yourself doing somersaults, and maybe you're wearing this chiffon kind of white, you're barefoot, you're just feeling so alive, nothing hurts on your body, you are so safe, you can do whatever you want. And just, come alive, dance, invite somebody else in and dance with them. Ask the angels to join you in a dance. Okay, Circle of Doors Tarot. See what part of the reading it hones in on. And this is the Seven of Cups, fantasy. Well, I did tell you to fantasize, didn't I? Dream it big. Okay, Seven of Cups. Your cold heartbreaks and your warm compassions both shape the offerings for this, your royal banquet. Will you be tempted by the sweet aromas of fleeting desire, or will you reach for the sunrise of the endless horizon? Your heart contains infinite loving waters, and the world shall never fail to produce new vessels of desires that yearn to be filled, tempting you astray, shining beautiful mirages of satisfactions always out of reach, singing you to sleep. To commit yourself to wakefulness is to claim your divine birthright. You could live a quiet life of gentle service and simple loves, or you could live a life of fame and glory that bears your heart and soul to the whole world. Hiding behind the petty dramas of life is the one choice to become who you really are. Ask yourself if you're nurturing a stale, foggy dream that is always delayed. Have your desires emerged from within, or were they set in place for you by another? What would happen if you turned away from the sugary delights of this life and plunged to the bottom of your own depths? The affirmations for you this week are: I look at my unfolding destiny with clear, waking eyes. I speak my future into existence with my every word. I dedicate my life to truly knowing myself. Each day is full of infinite potential. Each day is filled with infinite potential. We'll go to a Louise Hay Power Thought card here. I am in the process of positive change. I really do feel like there is this transformation for you too. I am unfolding in fulfilling ways. Only good can come to me. I now express health, happiness, prosperity, and peace of mind. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.